Brandon Lee, the son of martial arts legend Bruce Lee, was only 28 years old when tragedy struck. He was about to become Hollywood's next big star. But during filming, something went horribly wrong. And what killed him shocked the entire world. In 1993, Brandon Lee was starring in The Crow, a dark, emotional action film that many believed would launch his career to superstardom. But before filming could even be completed, Brandon Lee died in one of Hollywood's most tragic on-set accidents. So what really happened? Brandon Lee had spent years trying to escape the shadow of his father. He didn't want to be known only as Bruce Lee's son. He wanted his own legacy. And by the early 90s, it finally seemed like he was getting his moment. He had charisma, talent, and undeniable screen presence. Hollywood was paying attention. On March 31st, 1993, the crew of The Crow was filming a scene where Brandon's character gets shot. The gun used on set was supposed to fire blank, but the production team didn't realize that a bullet fragment had become lodged inside the barrel. When the trigger was pulled, the fragment fired out, like a real bullet, and it hit Brandon Lee in the abdomen. At first, many crew members thought he was still acting, until they realized something was terribly wrong. Brandon was rushed to the hospital immediately. Doctors worked for hours trying to save his life, but the internal injuries were too severe. Later that day, Brandon Lee was pronounced dead. He was only 28 years old and just weeks away from marrying his fiancée. Because of how sudden and tragic it was, many people connected Brandon's death to the earlier death of his father. Bruce Lee died suddenly at 32. Then years later, his son died suddenly too. That's when rumors exploded online. Was the Lee family cursed? Was it fate? But investigators later confirmed this was not supernatural. It was a devastating accident caused by safety failures on set. Even after Brandon's death, The Crow was completed and released. The film became iconic, and Brandon Lee's performance was praised around the world. For many fans, he wasn't just Bruce Lee's son anymore. He became a legend in his own right. Brandon Lee's death remains one of the saddest tragedies in Hollywood history. A young actor with his entire future ahead of him, gone in a single moment. And decades later, people still ask the same question. What could Brandon Lee have become if he had lived? Do you think Brandon Lee would have become as legendary as his father? Comment below and subscribe for more untold Hollywood stories.